The Umbrella of Provision, written by Luna, small seed book series. The smell of roasted beans and ocean air mingled in the golden light outside Santa Cruz coffee roasters, where the crew had gathered again. Luna, Glinda, Sid, Tara Singh, Guru P, Portillo Man, and Eclectic Scout. A warm breeze drifted through Pacific Avenue, carrying the rhythm of a street musician's guitar and the laughter of passing students. Inside, the espresso machine hissed like soft surf. The group sat at their favorite corner table near the open window, sunlight spilling across the pages of their notebooks. Luna watched as Eclectic Scout leaned forward, eyes gleaming. That familiar spark meant something deep was about to pour through him. Open quote, "I went back up to UCSC this morning," he began. "Dr. Green was lecturing again. The man's pure light when he speaks. I can't miss him when he's in town." Today's talk was called The Profound Gratitude, the Umbrella of Provision, and the Geometry of Giving. Close quote. The group quieted. Scout described how Dr. Philip Green, with his calm voice and radiant energy, spoke before the class like a man channeling the cosmos itself. The profound gratitude, the umbrella of provision, and the geometry of giving, as retold by Eclectic Scout. "Good morning," Dr. Green had said, smiling. "We've talked about the river, the friction that transforms energy, the metabolism of the universe itself. But today I ask, where does the input come from? The answer," he said, "leads us out of striving and into gratitude, into trust. The truth is, everything we need has already been given." He paced slowly, hands moving in gentle spirals. "Behind all life is an unseen hand, a sacred architecture of endless giving. The sun shines whether we thank it or not. The water cycle renews itself. The earth provides everything we need. This is provision, the geometry of grace itself." Dr. Green drew a circle on the board, then lines within it, the ancient flower of life. "This pattern," he said, "is the invisible scaffolding that ensures nothing truly runs out. The constants of physics, the harmonies of nature, the bonds between hearts, they're all expressions of this sacred order." The umbrella meditation. "To remember this," Dr. Green continued, "we need a symbol, a way to feel the trust that underlies existence." He lifted an umbrella from behind the desk. "When life rains," he said, smiling, "don't curse the clouds. Simply open your umbrella." He called it the umbrella meditation. Open quote, "Close your eyes," he told them. "Imagine a perfect umbrella opening above you. It's not just shelter from rain, it's the reminder that grace already surrounds you, that there's a larger intelligence taking care of the essentials." Close quote. At the cafe, Glinda softly closed her eyes, breathing deeply. "I can see it," she murmured. Sid leaned forward, thoughtful. "The umbrella is geometry, like a sphere of trust. The same curvature that holds galaxies together." Tara Singh smiled. "And the rain isn't punishment, it's purification. Each drop carries information." Portillo Man, ever the practical mystic, added, "And water, the ultimate conductor, completes the circuit. It's the universe speaking in liquid light." Guru P tapped his mug. "Trust," he said, "is the current that lets that light flow. Doubt blocks the circuit, faith keeps it alive." The Blessed Return, Scout quoted Dr. Tapp Green again. Open quote, "When we accept that we are already provided for, we stop fearing the weather. We no longer pray for sunshine, we give thanks for the rain." Close quote. Luna wrote those words down, underlining them twice. The group sat in quiet reflection. Outside, the sunlight glimmered on the passing cars like tiny waves. The air felt charged, as if the whole town was listening. Then Guru P looked up from his tea, smiling wide. Open quote, "By the way," he said, "tonight's the beginning of the full moon, and Venus is aligning. Truly something not to miss, my friends." Close quote. Moonlight, Venus, and the geometry of grace. Later that evening, after the group had parted ways, Luna followed a quiet impulse. She walked down the familiar trail toward the cliff overlooking the bay, where the moon would soon rise over the water. As she reached the edge, her breath caught. There, sitting cross-legged on the stone wall, was Eclectic Scout. Notebook open, eyes lifted to the horizon, she laughed softly. "Of course," she said. "If anyone else would be here, it'd be you." He turned, grinning. "Couldn't miss this alignment. The moon and Venus dancing again." They watched together as the moon lifted from the horizon, full and glowing, with Venus like a bright jewel just above it. The sea turned silver, rippling with reflected light. Then, as if summoned by the celestial show, a pod of dolphins appeared below them, cutting through the shining water. Their sleek backs caught the moonlight like moving mirrors. Luna gasped, "Look, the dolphins!" Scout nodded. "The geometry of joy," he whispered. The dolphins seemed to leap in rhythm with the moon's reflection, their arcs forming perfect golden ratios across the waves. Even a pair of sea otters, the clowns of the sea, floated nearby, spinning playfully in the silver glow. For a long time they said nothing, only watched. The ocean breathed, the moon shimmered, the dolphins sang their high laughter through the mist. Luna finally whispered, "The umbrella's open, even now." Scout smiled, and the rain has become light. Above them, Venus sparkled like the dot of an exclamation mark written by the heavens. End of conversation. Small seed book, The Umbrella of Provision. Everything is good, and we are provided for, under the same moon, within the same light. Morning reflections. Luna's notebook. The morning after the moon and Venus alignment. The first thing Luna noticed upon waking was the soft hum of the ocean still echoing in her ears. The rhythmic pulse of the tide matched the slow, steady rhythm of her own breath, as if she and the sea had been dreaming together. Fragments of the night lingered behind her eyelids, the moon, Venus, and the soft silhouettes of dolphins breaking the silver surface of the water. But now, something deeper came through the mist of memory. She remembered her dream. In that dream, she wasn't standing on the cliffs of Santa Cruz. She was somewhere timeless, surrounded by faces she somehow knew. Her grandparents, her great-grandparents, and others whose names she couldn't recall, but whose presence felt like home. They were all gathered together, standing in a great open meadow that shimmered like starlight on water. Above them, the moon and Venus moved in perfect harmony, slow and graceful, just as they had the night before. Only this time, Luna realized. They were all watching together. She and all who came before her. Their hands were clasped. Their eyes shone with wonder. It was as if the ancestors themselves had joined her in witnessing this ancient celestial dance, the very same event their eyes had turned toward for thousands of years. She woke with tears on her cheeks, not of sadness but of belonging. Open quote. "Yes," she wrote softly in her notebook, "the beauty of the moon and Venus coming together is something our people have always watched. It binds us to the past, a thread of light weaving through time. I am one among many, watching the same eternal dance." Close quote. As the sunlight filtered through the curtains, the memory of the dream settled gently around her heart. She closed her eyes again for a moment, whispering gratitude for the moon, for the sea, for the dolphins, for her ancestors, and for the unseen hand that connects them all.
Please click like and then subscribe. Also share this video with your friends. Thank you.